Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 36th tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we're going to see how we can use the return statement and return values from functions back to the calling part, right? So I've got a PHP file here, and the name of this file is return.php. On line number 6 in this file I have the opening PHP tag, on line number 12 I have the closing PHP tag, and then on line number 7 I have used the function keyword to create a function called hypotenuse. And this function is going to accept two arguments, and I have named the dummy variables base and per, which is short form for perpendicular. So what this function is going to do is it's going to ask the user to pass in a value for the base of a right angle triangle and a value for the perpendicular, and it's going to calculate the value for the hypotenuse for the right angle triangle. So we will use the Pythagoras theorem here, and as the theorem states, the value of the hypotenuse in a right angle triangle is actually the square root of the sum of the squares of the base and the perpendicular. So we've used the sqrd function here within the function definition, and as an argument to it, we've multiplied base with base to calculate the square of base, and we've added to it the result of the multiplication of perpendicular with perpendicular. So square of base added to the square of perpendicular, square root of that is our hypotenuse. And well, this is the calculation of what we want to return. But what's interesting to see here is that I have a keyword called return here, and this keyword is going to return this value to the place where this function is called, right? So it's not that we're using the echo statement here, because the echo statement kind of restricts you to just do like one thing with the value that you are calculating, or whatever you're processing in your function. It just allows you to display it. Let's say you don't want to display it, but you want to use it for further calculation, like you want to get one value from one function and get another value from another function, and you want to add those two values and display on screen, right? So you would want to use echo then in the main script and not inside any function, right? So, and actually you could also use it within a function, because it's also possible to call functions from within functions, and we're going to check that out later on maybe in the course. But for the time being, let's say you want to not see the result of this operation from within the function, but you want to see it from outside it. So that's why I have an echo statement outside the function definition on line number 11, and I'll first see the text hypotenuse, and then I have called this function hypotenuse, and as arguments to it I've passed 12 and 5. So I'll save the file and I'll go to my browser, and the name of the file, as I said, is return.php. So I'm going to look for return.php here, and when I press the enter key, I see hypotenuse is 13. So in a right angle triangle with sides 12 and 5, the hypotenuse is 13, because 12 square is 144, 5 square is 25, so 144 plus 25 is 169, square root of that is 13, right? And if you change these values to, let's say, 4 and 3, my favorite values for base and perpendicular in a right angle triangle, because the hypotenuse will be 5. 16 plus 9 is 25, square root of that is 5. So that's how this function works and how the return statement in PHP works. And that's it for this tutorial. I'm going to see you in the next video, and I hope you guys had fun watching this one, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Till then, take care.